today's show is packed as we'll be previewing some of the biggest games coming up in the week from football to basketball. In football, we will take a look at the three tiers of European club competitions, that's the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Europa Conference League, as the road to the final continues to heat up. Also, we'll take a deep dive into the continental stage in the African Under-17 Championships out there in Algeria, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup set to begin this week in Argentina, and the numerous domestic leagues around the world. But before we begin, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel as we'll be bringing you all of the juicy updates in the world of sport. So let's get started. In football, Champions League makes a return this week in the semi-final stage as the second leg of the competition keeps going. Do not forget that last week, Inter Milan took a 2-0 first leg advantage over AC Milan thanks to goals from Edin Dzeko and Eric Mkhitaryan. So this week, AC Milan will do well to fight back and probably get that win over Inter Milan as they plan to get to the finals of the competition, and that will be coming up on Tuesday. Inter Milan and AC Milan in an all-Italian affair. While on Wednesday, Real Madrid will visit the Etihad Stadium to take up Manchester City. Also, the first leg ended 1-1 when Kevin De Bruyne's stunner cancelled out that worldie from Vinicius Jr. So the both teams will be slugging it out there in England as Madrid will be looking to get to the finals and probably win their 15th championship, while Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City side will be hoping to get their first European Cup final. Now, in the Europa League on Thursday, a lot of exciting results went down last week. AS Roma took a 1-0 lead up against Bayer Leverkusen, while Juventus and Sevilla ended 1-1. So this week on Thursday, Roma will be traveling out there to Germany to take on Bayer Leverkusen. Jose Mourinho and AS Roma, they'll be looking to win that one and get to back-to-back European Championship finals after they won the Europa Conference League last season. Likewise, Juventus, who have somewhat found their groove back, will be looking to get to the finals of the Europa League when they take on Sevilla out there in Seville. And all of those games will be very, very exciting. You do well to catch all of those games. And in the third tier of the European competitions, the Europa Conference League, there's no shortage of drama also. Premier League side West Ham took a 2-1 lead in the first leg over AZ Alkmaar. Now they'll be returning out there to the Netherlands to finish the job as they look to get back to their first European finals in 47 years. While Fiorentina lost 2-1 in the first leg to Basel at home, now they will do well to head there to Switzerland and probably get a win and also make it an all-Italian affair in the finals. And now we are done with the three tiers of European club competitions. We move back to the continental stage here in Africa. The Africa Under-17 Championships out there in Algeria. It has been eaten up over the last few weeks, and the competition comes to an end this week. The third place game will take place on Thursday, while the finals will be on Friday. In the third place, Burkina Faso will slug it out against Mali. Burkina Faso lost to Senegal, while Mali lost to Morocco. Both those games were on penalties and they went down yesterday on Sunday. While in the finals, Senegal will take on Morocco. And the final is going to be a very exciting affair as it is sure that a new champion will be crowned since defending champions Cameroon were knocked out in the group stages. And more exciting thing comes up in football, where the FIFA Under-20 World Cup is set to begin this week. The matches from Group A to Group D will take place from Saturday to Sunday. Group A and Group B games will go down on Saturday, while Group C and Group D games will go down on Sunday. In Group A, you have Guatemala taking on New Zealand. You have Uzbekistan taking on host Argentina. While in Group B, you have Fiji up against Slovakia and United States of America up against Ecuador. Those games will be on Saturday, and you do well to catch that as a lot of exciting young stars will be, playing their trades out there in Argentina. While in Group C and Group D, those games will take place on Sunday. In Group C, African champion Senegal will take on Japan, while Israel will lock arms against South American side Colombia. While in Group D, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will kick that off against the Dominican Republic, while Italy will take on Brazil. We know the Nigerian Flying Eagles finished third at the Under-20 AFCON that took place early this year, while Brazil are one of the most decorated sides in this particular tournament. So those fixtures too, you do well to catch all of those fixtures. Now, rounding up, we've finished the Champions League, the Europa League, the Europa Conference League, the Under-17 Championships, and the Under-20 Championship. Before we move on to the domestic leagues, I'd like to advise you, we are still on to ISTV Sport Fortes. My name remains KANNY, and it will do you a lot of favor, do you well to, like, share, and subscribe to our channel as you'll be getting juicy updates on the world of sports, from football to basketball, the NBA, athletics, UFC, and whatnot. Now, down to the domestic leagues. In the Premier League, things are eating up. The fight for top four, for the championship spots, 4 relegation battles, and a lot. And even the title will be going down this week. Manchester City could be crowned the winners of the league this week. Arsenal could win and still, move it into the final weeks. Liverpool are out there trying to get into the Champions League place. Newcastle are doing their thing. Manchester United are still also trying to get into that top 4 spot. So on Monday, tonight, Liverpool will visit the King Power Stadium to take up relegation-threatened Leicester City. It's very funny. A side that actually won the league about 6 or 7 years ago are out there fighting for their lives in relegation. While on Thursday, to be a crunch battle that may decide a lot of spots for the European places when Newcastle takes on Brighton. Now, over to the weekend, Tottenham and Brentford will, logged out at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium out there in North London in an all-London affair. You do well to catch that game, as it will be an exciting one. Ivan Toney going up against Harry Kane. While still in the weekend, Manchester United will take on Bournemouth. Bournemouth are safe from relegations; they have no worries. While Man U are still trying to, get a win to make their top 4 hopes to keep it alive. So they will visit the Vitality Stadium to take on the Cherries. That same weekend, Liverpool will welcome Aston Villa and Unai Emery to Anfield. Let's not forget, Unai Emery has done a fantastic job out there in Aston Villa. He took over them when they were down, and now they are in one of the European spots. Also, Arsenal, who for some reasons are falling by the wayside, will visit the City ground to take on Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have Nigerian man Taiwo Awoniyi firing on all cylinders at the moment. He's back the Braves in back-to-back games, and they're also still battling relegation. So you do well to watch out for that one, as Arsenal will be looking to get that win and extend the title battle, while Nottingham Forest will be trying to, avoid relegation. While Manchester City can actually be crowned champions this weekend when they face Chelsea at the Etihad. If Arsenal loses to Nottingham Forest and Man City gets to defeat Chelsea, they will be crowned champions of the Premier League. And Pep Guardiola, the job he has done over there in Manchester City cannot be overemphasized. He has done a fantastic job for them, bringing them from a club that was relatively unknown and taking them to the biggest stage of football. And now that is that in the Premier League. We go to La Liga, where newly crowned champions Barcelona, we all know that they won 4-2 over Espanyol at the weekend. They are now the champions of La Liga. They will be taking on Real Sociedad. While Real Madrid, who are second, we will visit Valencia for that crunch battle. While third place Atletico Madrid will take on Osasuna. And that is that in the Spanish La Liga. While in the Italian Serie A, we also know that Napoli has been crowned champions and they have little or nothing to play for anymore. They will be taking on Inter Milan. Inter Milan are still battling for top 4. Juventus, who are rejuvenated, they are in second place at the moment. They will take on Empoli. AC Milan will play against already relegated Sampdoria. It was a very sad one for Sampdoria this season. Their relegation has been confirmed. While Roma, who are 6 points off top 4, will take on Salernitana. And fourth place Lazio will visit Udinese. Let's not forget that Lazio are fourth. They are also still battling for the European places. While out there in Germany, it looks like the battle for the league will go to the wires, where Bayern Munich and Dortmund are just first and second, 1 point between them. Bayern are first, Dortmund second with just a point difference. Bayern will be facing a stern test when they take on RB Leipzig. That's not going to be an easy one. Bayern Munich out there trying to get another title, and Leipzig also trying to confirm their spots in the Champions League. While Dortmund will be up against Augsburg. And now that is that on football. We've given you updates from the Champions League, the Europa League, the Europa Conference League, the Under-17 AFCON, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, and all of the domestic leagues. Now we do well to move on to basketball in the NBA. The NBA playoffs have been eating up. The first round was done. Now the semifinals have been done, and the spots for the conference finals have been confirmed. The Boston Celtics defeated Philadelphia 76ers in Game 7 at TD Garden, where Jason Tatum, their star man, gave up an historic performance, 51 points in Game 7. He now has the most points in any Game 7 in the history of the NBA. So now the Boston Celtics have made it to the final of the Eastern Conference, where they will be taking up the 8th seed Miami Heat. Miami Heat did something that no other side have done, 8th seed to get to the conference finals. Eric Spoelstra is doing a wonderful job out there in Miami. This is their third conference finals in 4 years. So they will be taking on the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and those games will come up this week. Game 1 is on Wednesday, Game 2 is on Friday, and Game 3 is on Sunday. While on the other side of the aisle, the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets, we all know, defeated the Phoenix Suns in 6 games, while LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Los Angeles Lakers also defeated the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors, in 6 games. So in the Western Conference Finals, it will be Los Angeles Lakers, the 7th seed, up against the top-seeded Denver Nuggets. Let's not forget that Denver Nuggets have a 2-time MVP on their ranks, Nikola Jokic, and all of that. So those games will be coming up this week. The Game 1 will be on Tuesday, Game 2 on Thursday, and Game 3 on Saturday. So that is that on the NBA. We've given you a lot of updates this week on ISTV Sport FORETASTE. I remain Kanny. Do well to like, to share, to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned as you'll be getting more updates in the world of sports. On Friday, you can tune into our review show as we'll be reviewing a lot of actions that went down in the week. On Tuesday, our Sport Banter show still is on this same channel. Don't forget, this is ISTV Sport FORETASTE. My name is Kanny. Have a blessed week.